you cannot push against somebody. Then they will not agree with reconciliation. You have to make both parties feel that they can trust you with their life.
Farid Ahmed's words of forgiveness were heard around the world following a terror attack in Christchurch, New Zealand.
I want a heart that will be full of love and will forgive lavishly.
His words and stories offer both healing and hope for the future.
If our heart is full of love, then peace will start from here.
Episode 28, How to Avoid Bloodshed.
Some people used to tell me, why don't you be happy and focus on yourself? But my attitude was that enjoying the happiness alone for myself is not the enjoyment. It is selfishness. But enjoying the happiness together, that is really enjoyment. And that is not easy either. Because the way I think, many other people, they don't think that way. And that's why we see brothers and brothers fighting, sister and sister fighting, or sometimes parents and father, they are fighting. Because they do not think that way. They think, some of them, not all, that it's me. It is I. If I am happy, then that is best. I didn't have that attitude. So that was my main driving force. I always had an understanding that I was not only for myself in this world. I had a purpose in life. And the purpose is to do good for myself and for others. So whenever I saw conflict, disharmony, my heart went there. And I thought probably I could bring some harmony, and as a result, everybody will be benefited. So in student lives, I started that very, very actively. So for that, what I had, I had a good heart.
You've used that word often.
Yeah.
I had a good heart. What does that mean?
It means a compassionate heart, an empathetic heart, a heart that put other people first. Yeah. So that's why, if even it was a risky moment, I could not control myself. I had to take the risk. And sometimes, those risk takings, especially in acute crisis situations, they do not come with planning or with advance notice. So I'll give you an example. So one day, it was in the morning, and some students, somehow, they were demonstrating against the new education policy given by the education minister. About that policy, I did not have chance even to look at it. I didn't know what that was. But that group, they came to my hostel area and they were demonstrating against me by calling my names. They were condemning the new education policy along with condemning me, as if I was supporting it. So I was on the 6th floor and I heard it through the grill, and I told myself, this is weird. Why are they connecting me with the new military government? I have nothing to do with them. Anyway, to calm the situation down, I quickly went to the student union office. It was on the second floor in the main building. Oh, in a minute or two, I realized that was a mistake from me, because at that time I didn't have any friends around me. And I went to the huge office, so it was a huge room. You can easily put 100 people. So all these demonstrators, they just rushed and they pushed themselves to be in there, and they were around me. And they started telling me off, how could you do this, then and then. They were, I realized that they were looking for an excuse to beat me. Just an excuse. Otherwise, they were not rational. I said, please sit down, let us talk, and if I did anything wrong, you can beat me. No worries. But they were not willing to discuss. They were, about 50 plus students screaming at me, and they did not want to listen to me. I was a little bit worried. What did I do if they just attack me? And probably I should include the environment there. Sometimes at that time I saw the students. They were quite impulsive, because they are the branch committee, student branch committee of their central political parties. Okay. So those central leaders, they whisper to them, hey, do this. And these people, without asking questions, that Farid is my classmate, Farid is my friend, we know him trustworthy. Before we attack him, let us talk to him. No. Their obedience and loyalty to the party was more than sometimes humanity. So I was aware of that. So I wanted to be diplomatic, but how much could I do? When a group has come willingly and they are instruction from the top that they should attack me. So I was keep talking to them. I was trying to engage them into talking, and in my mind I thought that I cannot even run away from here, so no point of thinking of that. But if they attack me, I will not run away. I'll fight back, because I have done nothing wrong. So I was becoming defensive, but I was trying to avoid the attack on me. And that's how I engaged some of them into talking to me, and by then few other students, they were belonging to another party. They came and they saw that this party students, they were trying to attack me verbally, they were abusing me. So they came and they were enemy to one another, because I was not directly into any political party. I had no political agenda. My philosophy was to take some responsibility for the student and helped by the students and working with the students. Politics, I'm not in. So when this new group, they realized, oh, our enemy group is crossing the line, so we should talk back to them, and then probably Farid will be on our side, because we are going to give him a favor. So they started firing them. You're wrong, this, that, in some offensive words. Quickly, this group, their focus from me went to them. Yes. Within a couple of minutes, it was just, it was going to be a fight. Just moment away, I felt that. When I felt they were going to fight, then it will be, bloodshed, because heavy chairs, if one take a chair and hit another's head, could be death. So at that moment, I had a feeling then that I had to save them. So when they were just extending their palms to one another, I stood up on the table and jumped on them, in between them, and I could drop on the floor and I could bruise myself. I just, because it was like this, they're here, and I jumped on them. Look, they were so kind. They extended their hand, lifted me up. They did not allow me to drop on the ground. And I shouted at them, do not move 1 inch further. Otherwise, you have to finish me before attacking one another. What do you want? No, we don't want to kill you. Then stop. And then I said, this group, you take chairs on this side, that group, that side. And then, within a minute, I took the role of a reconciliator. I forgot about they were humiliating me, they were threatening me, they were trying to do harm to me. I thought that I am second, but that one is more fiery. If they fight, both sides will be casualty, and then 2 different parties, and they will have a long-term enemy. As a result, I started thinking about the bigger pictures. The campus will be restless. I have to take more risk. Some students will be victim. They will come to me. I have to sacrifice my study time to look after them. So it is better I take risk now, and then I resolve it nicely. So that day I had to cancel my 2 classes. I missed my classes, but after good consultation, I made them friends. I took the promise that never ever in the academic building, never ever they will come against one another. Politics, it should be outside. Here you come as brothers. No fight. And that worked. So as I said, you you asked a question that what sort of qualities. Maybe I should talk a little bit later about it.
Because this, of course, goes to March 15 as well.
Yes.
Can I ask you just on the instance in Bangladesh, which was so dangerous, you got a resolution, but not everyone can be right. It's very rare that coming together is about right or wrong. It's about finding common ground.
That's
Would you
right.
agree with that? What kind of common ground did you make there that allowed them to see each other?
This is a very important point. Yes, you cannot push against somebody. Then they will not agree with reconciliation. You have to make both parties feel that they can trust you with their life. That this guy, he wants our best. This guy, Farid, he is not selfish here. You have to be seen like that. And for that, I was very, very careful. I did not want to put myself in any spot that people could be suspicious about my motive. I was very, very careful. Since my childhood, I used to think, before I did anything, I used to think. I used to climb the banyan tree, spend hours. About what? About thinking of my actions. For a child, it is a rare quality. Even young people, teenagers, they do not want to ask, did I do wrong? No. I found majority people, they start their argument, I didn't do wrong.
Yeah.
And that is a big problem. Whereas I used to think, not to hesitate myself, but to be clear in my conscience. Every human, we have a court inside. Everyone. And that's why when we sit down quietly and not angry anymore, our court tells us, hey, Farid, you had done wrong. And that's why a robber, he get told by his own conscience, not doing wrong, that's why you have to hide it. If the court was not there, the robber would have said, why should I hide it? Why do I do it secretly? It's a good thing. Yeah. So I tried to use my court.
I like that analogy. Court, right and wrong.
Yes.
We know.
And this court is very neutral. Very neutral. But what we do, sometimes we suppress it. So I used to think, and I used to avoid situations where people may become suspicious about me. Another thing was, I was quite friendly. Another thing was, people saw me among them. They tested me this way, that way, right, wrong, front, back. And they found me honest. And they saw me with my action. I was really kind. I was not after, taking something for me. I love to share. So those things, for a reconciliator, those things from your action, attitude, your manner, people trust you. And this is the main thing. Once they trust you, then you can go to them without any threat. The second thing is, you cannot tell them you are wrong. Then you have damaged the connection. You have to be a good listener. You just listen, but do not make too much comments. Stay in neutrality. Okay, tell me more. I want to understand, where is your grief? What exactly did you feel? Oh, it was humiliating for me. Oh, that is not good. You should not feel humiliated. Okay, we'll find out about it. I have to go and talk to them. How did they feel? So you start from there. You identify, but you just listen. You do not go against them. Then they feel comfortable because they feel you are not judging them. People don't want to be judged. Otherwise, they will start defending.